So hello friends and followers, here's another radio I'm working on. This is a Yaesu FT200, which is also called a Tempo 1. These tend to go cheap sometimes on eBay and at Hamfest and on QRZ.com. So I picked up one of these off eBay because it was pretty cheap. It was pretty beat up. It's not this one, so here's a long story, the convoluted story. So I bought this radio on the floor here. I think it was like 90 bucks or something plus shipping. I thought, hey, you know, I'll start looking at these Yaesus for a bit and see how they work compared to the Drakes. So the Drakes are all over there. And it's a great radio. A friend of mine in high school named Tim Altieri had one of these things. And, you know, way back then I couldn't afford it, but this is a fun radio. So got this one, and I was enabled to get this power supply. So the power supply, I bought one for about $158 with shipping out of a guy out of San Diego, and he didn't give me the cord. So you can see the gray cord here that goes from the power supply on the floor to the radio. I think the cord was like $100 out of Italy with shipping. Some guy in Canada wanted like 80 bucks for it. I thought, you know, so I pay $158 for a power supply without a cord and $100 for a cord. That's going to be like $258 for a power supply and a cord. I said, no way. So I sent the power supply back to San Diego to the guy I bought it from and said, I'm not interested. You didn't give me the cord. He didn't really promise the cord, but I figured he'd have it, and he didn't send it. So after researching how expensive the cord was, I sent the power supply back. And I was lucky enough to find a guy on QRZ who sold me this thing for a lot less. Well, not a lot less. I think I paid like $209 with shipping for this thing, and the power supply and the cord. So I was happy. I went from $158 with no cord for power supply to $209 for a power supply, a cord, and a radio. So I was happy with that. So yeah, and this radio came in. It didn't work. The guy said it made a hissing sound, which it did. It had received, but looks like lightning had blown up the relay here. So you can see the relay, the little back element is kind of bent looking in here. You can see it's kind of blown up, and I don't know. Yeah, you can see it's kind of, yeah, that one's like sheared off. And there's a pin in the bottom that was blown up. So when I took this thing out of the radio, it just wasn't looking too healthy or handy. So, and this was kind of smoked out looking. So anyway, having a junker radio there, I just pulled the relay out of that one and put it in this radio, and it seemed like it worked. So this radio is interesting. I think somebody had it on the CB band because it receives CB on 10 meters, so somebody was messing with it. But anyway, it does work on 80 meters. I can show you how that works. There's 80 meters right there, and I don't hear anything. Is there an antenna on the radio? There's no antenna. The antenna's on this radio, so let's fix that. Take this off. I'm getting static electricity now like crazy in the house because it's dry here in Nevada, which is really irritating. Everything you touch, you get shocked. All right. All right, so there's some stuff coming in on 80 meters. On this thing, you got to peek it like a Drake. So that's kind of cool. A little bit on 80 here. Let's see. With this one, this takes it up in frequency. Not much going on now. It's getting late. Yeah, I can hear this guy on the Crosley over there on the BC654A. So that signal is not real strong into this Drake or into this FT200 / Tempo 1. So I think the Crosley's working pretty good. Anyway, that's that. 80 meters works somewhat. 40 meters does not work, so when you're under 40, here static. You can kind of peak it, but if it is working, it's in some weird frequency band. It's not normal, so I don't know where it is, but it's not really on 40 meters. So probably it's missing some injection. Anyway, here's 20. 20 is quiet right now. It's late at night. It's almost midnight here, but you can see where it will peak on 20. And I won't hear anything on here, but that's all right. But 20 works really great. 15 also works pretty good. What's funny though is Citizens Band. Some guy had this thing tuned up for CB. So here we can put this, whoa, just knock something over. You can put this knob on 28 here, because 10 meters has 4 segments, so we'll go 10 meters. And 28, so now if you take this down to, this is a white band here, so we'll go to the white numbers here. And if you take these down to 0, you'll be at 27 megahertz exactly, which is really wild. So there's 27 megahertz right there. And there's probably some activity around here on that band. Let's take a look here. So I know 27085 is channel 11 because I used to use that when I was a kid. Whoa. Okay, is calibrate on? No. I'm not sure what that is. It's loud. Anyway. Yeah, someone took a lot of trouble to make this thing work on CB band. So 27185, I think it's channel 19, and people here hang around on channel 19. Right about there's, yeah, there's somebody there. Let's see. I heard somebody. Yep, they're there. Not strong, but so you can pick up some local stuff here. Just nothing going on. It's late. But I was surprised that this thing was turned into a CB radio. All right, that's about it for the FT200 or the Tempo 1. Nice radio. It's built nice. I like how it has gears and everything. It's, I don't know, kind of complicated. There's no PTO here. There's a regular old air capacitor, but it doesn't seem to drift. So I used this radio today listening to 20 meters, and I heard a pilot in a plane flying a 767. Nice gentleman talking. Oh yeah, I did put some LEDs in here. So I had some 6-volt LEDs that I put into the Drake radios, and yeah, it makes the S meters look nice, and it makes this look nice too. So that all needs kind of cleaned up. It's all dirty and dusty, as you can see, but I like how the lights are shining down on it now. And I had to put 2 resistors in there, so these are all 6-volt lamps. I couldn't find any decent 12-volt ones that look nice, so I used 6-volt ones. I put 100 ohm resistors here and feed them both with 100 ohm resistors, and it works just ducky. So really, really happy about that. Anyway, that's about it for the Tempo update here. And I'll probably start selling off these radios eventually. I don't know. I just don't want too many in the house. they're starting to build up again. So there's this Tempo radio. There's an R4V down here for a Drake. There's the junk Tempo 1, which I'll probably fix into working eventually here. There's the Tempo case. This is a TX4B I fixed up that works really, really well. I haven't reused it yet. R4B that works really well. I got that in like a month or two ago. R4A that I got in, and very clean radio, works wonderful. And down here is a this is a great radio. It's a TR4 that I fixed up, and it is really smart. It works with the R4B across the way, and this is an Omni 6 here that I've had for a bit. Works great. I got in this. This is a Paragon. No, is it a Paragon? Yeah, it's a Paragon, and the display doesn't work, so I'm trying to fix it, but it sure works well except for the display. It's a great radio. And of course there's this one over here is Crosley, which I'm putting a lot of time into. It's probably the coolest one to fix. So that's about it. I'm pretty busy at work. I gotta lay off these radios. Time to get back to work. Okay, well thanks for watching, and I gotta clean this room up. It's a mess. When I'm fixing lots of radios, parts go all over. Have a nice day.